What is going on? It's Marlon Hurd, the Valiionaire, here with Budget Boys, the Budget Boys podcast. I really love doing this. I can't wait till we having back and forth discussions with other financial gurus and things. Well, I don't want to say gurus, but financialists and things of that nature. Let me see. Let me see if I can put this in here. Ooh, we got sound and we charging. Let's go. Let's go. I didn't think I could charge, but I can't wait till we're doing interviews, things of that nature, testimonials, all that good stuff. We got a few. We got a handful, and we're gonna have them on the podcast. We'll probably do something live, like on a Zoom or something like that, and then post it to YouTube and everywhere, so you could hear other people's stories. Sometimes sometimes it helps to hear other people's story. Not many people are going to be like me, or some of you who just take risks. I see something, I like it, I buy it, and I test it out for like 90 days to see if it's something I want to keep. Right? I just see it. I'm like, oh, this looks interesting, and I'll keep it for 90 days and say, hey, I think I'll keep this. All right, I'm just one of those individuals. Not everybody's like that. They got to see testimonials. They got to get on 9 calls. They got to ask one more question, right? And it's just how they are. But I really enjoy sharing this information. I believe that when you put out value of things that are given to you, your incomes and, what comes out of you are your outcomes. I think it makes room for other things for you to learn more, and to get better at your craft and to be able to share more. So I'm doing this so that I'm learning at the same time too, because I'm hearing it again and and the more I hear it, the more I believe it, and the more confident I get. And the more that type of information comes to me, so that it comes from me to you. All right. So if you're listening to this, you're part of my audience. Right? Maybe somebody else couldn't reach you, but maybe my words and my sound and my gift can reach you. For you to do the same thing, somebody else could say this, and you'll hear from me, and it'll be completely different. Or you'll hear from me, and you'll hear from somebody else talking the same language, and you resonate with that. Okay? So I'm going to give you the 4 steps. The 4 steps to start building wealth. Okay? To start building wealth. Well, actually 3 steps. The 4th step is actually you'll actually be doing the stuff. Okay? So number 1, the first thing is to stop the leaks. Everybody has leaks in their spending. It's just a natural course of things. I won't say everybody, but most people have leaks in their finances. Even the people who are the best at it, they still have leaks. They just don't have as many. Okay? So the first you want to do is stop the leaks. There is unnecessary money you are spending right now. Unnecessarily spending this money. Listen, money is unlimited, but the amount that comes to you is limited. Money and numbers are unlimited. They are infinite. Numbers are infinite. They go on forever. But the amount that comes to you is finite. There's only so much that's going to come to you in a lifetime. What you do with it is up to you. Now, maybe you don't want wealth. Maybe you don't care about that. If that's you, it's all right. You can listen to the rest. You can turn it off. You can, but I'm talking about most people want to be in a better space financially. And then even more people, not just for them, but for the people that they love. All right. Now I know you might not want to hear this, but I don't care. All right. There's a gentleman's club here in Atlanta called Cheetah, the Cheetah or Cheetah or something like that. Okay. And yeah, I went there. I'm not an avid goer. No, I ain't in there throwing dollar bills. Nah. But some friends were in town. We wanted a cool place to hang out. We was like, let's go to the Cheetah. And we sat at a table and just caught up. We went to college together. We just caught up. Now, we didn't get no dances or nothing like that. But we just caught up. It was just cool to be in there at the Cheetah with ladies dancing around and we just talking. But I did see this one young lady. She was gorgeous. I was going to start talking to her. I was like, nah, I don't want no dance. But even though I did take her for time, I did pay her. But I just asked her, I said, what are you doing this for? Like, I was like, I ain't trying to take you out the game or pay for your life. I just like, what got you started in doing this? Right? She said, she said that when the reason I got started doing this is because there was an ill family member and nobody had any money and she had no way to come with the money. So she came down. It wasn't a Cheetah, but she started, exotic dancing. And she made enough money to pay for whatever needed to be, or help pay for whatever needed to be paid for. And then she just found out it was good money. She could build clientele and became a business. I was like, wow. And we just talked. We just talked about her business. And I was like, I never thought of it that way. I never thought of this being a business. She said, yeah, you all are customers, you're clients. I don't say nothing personal. I don't fall in love. It's business. So I deduct a lot of my stuff. I was like, you deduct? Excuse me. Okay. I know if I went on a tangent, but it was to prove a point I didn't forgot already. Okay. But you got to stop the leaks. There's things that you're paying for that you don't even realize is a leak. You just paying for because at one point in time you thought you needed that and you just kept it. You're like, oh, well, I'll get rid of it. Oh, well, I'll get rid of it. Oh, well, I'll get rid of it. And it's 15, 15, 15, 15, 15. All right? Some of those leaks are subscriptions. Things that you're paying for that you don't even really need. All right? Part of the leak is our subscriptions. Apps, TV, shopping. I mean, for what? For what? Right? For what? Okay? Stop the leaks. Some of your leaks is that you're paying too much for something that you actually need. Like you may be paying too much for car insurance. I saw a good commercial, don't I? I felt the commercial coming out of my mouth as I was saying it. You're paying too much for car insurance. Right? You might be paying too much for your electricity. You might be paying too much for a lot of things. Your cell phone service. There's a lot of things that you may be paying too much for. And you never just went back and looked at your interest rates on your credit cards may be too high. All right? These are things that you need, but you don't even realize how much extra you're spending on that. That's a leak. Bank fees, late fees, those are leaks. Going out, eating too much, those are leaks. Now, I'm not saying not to do any of these things. I'm saying that you're doing it in excess. Okay? You're doing it in excess. Now, I created a process that will look at your bank statements and find the leaks, and it will give you a leak score. Now, this score is bigger than any financial score you have. Because this is the part of your income that's getting misspent or potentially getting misspent. I don't want to talk about your money. I don't want to tell you what to do. I'm just a guy talking. All right, with 20 years of experience of winning and learning. Over 20 years experience of winning and learning. Okay? So now, let's say this number. Oh, again, well, I'm not telling you not to do it. I'm just telling you kind of see you can cut back and maybe cut off or cut back. All right? Now, let's say after you do your analysis, you get your league score, it gives you some things you could do. Let's say this number is $500. Okay? Step number 2 is how you allocate all of your funds. So let's just take a look at your income. I want you to write down all the revenue that comes to you. We're not going to call it income. We're going to call it outcomes. All right? But we're going to call it revenue. So the money you get from your job or your business or whomever, we're going to call that revenue. Because you are a business. You're an entity. Your social security number made you an entity. You could be a DBA of yourself. You are a business. So we're going to call it revenue. All right. We're not going to call it income. Now, the amount you receive is called your outcome. What you put in you, right? The trainings you get, the learnings you get, the courses you get, the books you read, what you put in you will determine your income. What you learn and invest in yourself, your incomes will determine your outcomes. So this is part of your income. Just learning some information that you may or may not have heard before. You never heard this before? Great. If you have, listen to it again. This is how you get better. So now we're going to I want you to write down all your revenue and we're going to allocate it. We're going to allocate it to a certain process. A certain percentage of your income is going to get allocated to a certain process. That amount of income, that percentage is going to have a job. One may have a job for your necessities. One may have a job for your fund. One may have a job for your investment. But all your money is going to have a job. It's going to have a job. Now, you still want to have fun? A part of your money, its job is to provide the fun, but to a limit. So maybe 5% of your income goes to you having fun. If that 5% is $200, your fun is $200. Not 210, not 201, not 250, 200. And when your 200 runs out, no more fun. So when your homies call or your homegirls call, hey, we hitting the spot. Hey, dog, we going golfing. Hey, we going to see what's going on. And hey, girl, you need to be down here at the brunch. If your fun process says 0, I can't make it. I can't make it. Now, if your fun process is $50, you having $50 worth of fun. So maybe you do go to the event. And instead of buying the old fashioned, you get Miller Lights. Bud Lights. Bud Light is what? $7 sometime when you go out. So if you want to, you can have 7 Bud Lights. Now that's too much to drink. I'm just giving you numbers. 7 times 7 is 49. Or you can do 3 Bud Lights. And you just kind of sip it slow. You sip, you talk, you mingle, you walk around. You might buy some nachos. Just get a little something nibble on. That might be $15. And you there, you having a good time. But you don't go over $50. Okay? So all your money is going to allocate. Now that you know it's going, now we're going to look at this extra $500. What are we going to do with that? All right. That's called your margin. Margin creates wealth. What are we going to do with this new margin that you found? We're going to put it to work. Now, one thing you can do is that you could take a small piece of it and start learning how to invest. Right? Because this is margin now. This margin is not messing with your lifestyle. This margin can be, you can get wins and lessons with this. You can get wins and lessons. Wins and lessons. So maybe you take the $100 and maybe you want to attempt crypto. Right? And you're learning about crypto and learning how to trade crypto. And let's say you put $100 in and you lose it. Listen, so what? So what? Guess what you got out of that? A lesson. I'm pretty sure there's something about crypto that you learned that you didn't know before because you have this margin now that allows you to take risks. Because that $100 doesn't mess with your process because you've allocated your revenue to have a job. Okay? You've allocated your revenue. So let's say you may take $100 and you may want to learn how to trade Forex, foreign exchange. And let's say you may be in a group and you're learning lessons and things of that nature, and you put $100 in your account, and the first time you trade, it wipes it out. Guess what? So what? Guess what you got? A lesson. I'm pretty sure there's something about Forex that you didn't know before that you know now. Now, let's say you take $100 and you go invest with Roots. Now, I can just tell you from experience, I ain't lost invest in Roots yet. Oh, I have not lost with invest with Roots. There's a good chance you'll make money there. It may not be a lot because it's just $100, but something will be made in that process. Now, let's go back to crypto and let's go back to Forex. Now, let's say you go back into crypto again with the next $100. Let's say it's the next month and you got this $500 margin. Now, you know a little bit more. So let's say you attempt crypto again. You may take some classes, some courses, and let's say you wipe out your $100 again. Guess what? So what? What did you get? Another lesson on top of the lesson you had before. So now you got 2 times the lesson. Same thing with Forex. You wipe out your $100. Guess what? So what? This is margin. This is not messing with your lifestyle. Now you got another lesson on top of the other lesson. Now you go back in a third time. This time, you make $5. Let's say on both. Let's say $25. You make $25 trading crypto. You make $25 trading Forex. From the lessons you got before and the new lessons. So you didn't lose the 100. Now you made $25 to add to the margin. Now, what do you do with that? You put it right back in there. You put it right back in. What do you do with those dividends you get from investment Roots? You let Roots automatically reinvest it. Now, that's just with the $100. What could you do with the other $400? You start investing in you. I should have put that one first. You start investing in you. Books, courses, coaches. Books, coaches, courses. Books, courses, coaches. That's what I meant. Books, courses, coaches. Books, courses, coaches. You start investing in books. Think and Grow Rich. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. The Power of the Subconscious Mind. The 4-Day Work Week. 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. Any John C. Maxwell book. The The Five Wealth Secrets 96% of us don't know by Craig Hill. Any Napoleon Hill book. Outwitting the Devil. The Stephen Covey, the seven habits of highly effective people. The 48 Laws of Power. You start investing in you. So you take $100, $150 a month and you're investing in books. Let's say you just take $100 a month and you invest in books and courses. Let's say there's a coach out there that's offering a coaching class and it's $97 a month. It's $197 a month. And that coach is coming on once a week for X amount of time. And you're paying, and that coach is coaching you through some opportunities. Maybe you take some of that extra $400 and you join a network marketing business or network marketing process or an affiliate process. So now you have money working in some type of investment process. You're investing in you. You're investing in processes and coaches. Every month, let's say you do this for a whole year. You invest $6,000 in your process. What type of person do you think you'll be after 12 months? You won't even be the same person. You are learning a new process, a new skill. You are investing in yourself, and you had a coach beating you up for the last 12 months. You will be a completely different person. You will now have the mindset, the skill set, the trial and error, where now you could potentially turn that $6,000 that you invested in yourself into that type of revenue monthly. And there are so many other vehicles and avenues that you could put your money into. I'm not going to go into that. I'm not a financial planner yet. So I'm not going to even speak on that and tell you what you should be doing. The only reason I mention Invest with Roots is because it's something I'm personally doing, and I've gotten personal results since 2023. Okay? So then, with that margin starts to create wealth because now you're increasing the margin. You're increasing the margin with your investing. And as you increase that margin, you put more of that margin to work. You'll put more of that margin to work. Same process. And you'll learn what those, how to allocate inside of our Budget Jet community. We have a whole training course on this. It's really, 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 really inexpensive. All right. We got a whole training on it, videos, how to's, what to do. We have weekly calls and things of that nature that you can join. Right. Remember, books, courses, coaches. And it don't just have to be me. It don't even have to be me. I could be the seed that's planted for you to find someone else and say, oh man, that one guy, the Valiionaire, was talking about this, and you may go with someone else. You know how many times people have done that with me? Man, I heard such and such talk about it. Then I found you, and I heard you talking the same thing, and I like how you was talking and what you were saying, so I decided to join you. Same thing. I'm just here to spark the mind. All right? And so the goal is to stop the leaks, learn how to allocate, create the margin, grow the margin, put the margin to work. And use that revenue that the margin creates to live your lifestyle. After a while, what you drive goes up, what you wear goes up, where you live goes up, what you do goes up, who you talk to goes up, your circle gets tighter, your lifestyle is different, your body's different because maybe now you got a little bit more time freedom to hit the gym. Fellas, you know what I'm saying, that if you doing something like that, you the king. You can decide how you want to move out here. ladies, right? You now you sharp. You sharp. You a little bit more attractive. That's attractive to me. A smart, pretty, soft woman that understands money and she got her mind right. Let's go. I'm putting you on the team. You know what I'm saying? Or if you're one of those ladies that want to go her own way, you a little bit more sharper, a little bit more tighter. Can't nobody just tell you nothing. All right? That's what we're talking about here. So, if you want to start to build wealth, it's just that simple. I know a lot of people out here complicated. You know, you got to know X, Y, and Z and factor of 9. And if you don't know the ticker number and stocks and bonds, and it's good, it's good to know all that and this, that, and the other, and the third. And you're not going to, we're going to keep it real simple. Stop the leaks, learn how to allocate, start the margin, grow the margin, put it all to work. Did you know right now, if you had $500,000 in an Invest with Roots account at right now, because right now we're at this point in time, we're hovering over the last 18 months at 17%. Now this is July 2026. Since the last 18 months, we have earned 17% on the money. So if you had $500,000 in there at 17% and you didn't put anything else to it, that money will earn you $85,000. Could you live on $85,000 a year in interest and still have a good life? If your money was returning $85,000 a year to you and you wasn't working for it, could you live? Could you be all right? The average male income is $43,000 a year. The average woman is $35,000 a year. You stop the leaks, allocate the money, build the margin, grow the margin, put it all to work. Eventually, you'd reach $500,000 in Roots or account like Roots, earning interest on it up to $85,000 per year. If you had $1 million, that's $170,000 a year. You earning 6 figures in interest. Then, and even before that, that's when you start protecting your assets, set up things through trust, right? Learning how to save money on taxes, borrowing against your investments, and then you live on the borrowed money. And living on borrowed money, there's no tax. So if your portfolio is worth $1 million, you could take out up to what sometimes some places do 5%, 5 times. So you could take out, let's say you could take out 3 times the amount. Your whole portfolio is worth $1 million, and then you can borrow $3 million. And now you're living on borrowed money that's not taxed. And you're using some of that money to live on. Some of that money is putting back into the process. Some of it is used to buy more assets, to buy more stocks, to do more Forex, to do more investor roots, to do more IULs, to do more whatever that is. And it's all tax free because it's borrowed money. And you're putting it out there to earn more revenue. That's how it works, ladies and gentlemen. That simple. It's just that simple. Just that simple. All right. So, Marlon Hurd, the Valiionaire. I hope you got some value from this. If you did, leave me a message down below. Come join us in Budget Boys. We're having a ball in there, and we'll see you on the next episode.